Hello everyone, and welcome back to D&D with WhatTeamComp. I'm your host, the Uncommon Guru, and I'm here once again with my friends, Paris, who is playing as the Azamar Barbarian.
And it's choking on her drink.
Stop choking on your drink. You had one
lewd.
job.
It went down the wrong pipe.
Named Serenity,
there are other
by the
things
way.
to choke on.
Zark, who is playing Aurelius, a human paladin.
How many seconds in, and we've already done like a massively dirty joke?
Bro, I was trying so hard to hold back, but then she was just like, you know what? No, it's taking it. It's mine.
Kendall, who is playing a half-elf artificer wizard. And
Wizard.
Purple Moss, who is playing a human fighter named Elizabeth. You are all maniacs.
I realized we could call you a
Yes,
ward
yes, we
officer
are.
and it would still work.
A ward officer?
Technically work.
A wit officer?
Oh, God.
Stop
die.
dying.
Out of war.
I'm trying. My body is trying to get rid of it. So every now and again, I do like little huff cough because my throat is like, get out, get out.
I'm gonna try keep my words to myself.
I'm dying a healthy drink.
So while Paris is trying not to choke,
Stop spoon feeding me these fucking jokes.
you are the one eating them.
Knock them away.
Oh wow! We haven't even started the game yet.
No.
I'm trying. We just got to the Feywild, didn't we?
No.
Not yet.
We're
not
on
yet.
our
Oh,
way.
no,
We're on
okay.
our way.
Yeah, we're on our way to the portal.
Okay.
As
Just
you were
making
saying,
sure.
comp.
Sorry.
I'm rolling my eyes and giggling under my breath because I'm allowed.
Oh, of course. This is what you've gotten yourself into with this group.
You chose me as a friend, now you pay the consequences.
No, you paying the consequences of having me as the DM.
I've been paying those consequences for fucking years.
Yes, and you will continue to pay for them as long as you're my friend. Also,
It cost you $20 an hour.
effectively. Also,
That's a fair trade.
message for you all. You're all amazing. That was wanted to be said to you all. Each and every one of you is incredible and the cool kids.
Bro, I've never cared if I was cool
Why do
or
I feel like
not.
there's a butt in there?
Right, right,
There's
right.
no
I'm-
buts. I mean,
He's just
you
not traumatized.
No,
only the one you're sitting on.
No,
Fine.
this is him trying to get on our good side before he absolutely demolishes us.
Oh no, I don't care about getting on your good side. It's just that I was told
really
to tell you
doesn't.
all that you are amazing.
If I
Simple
see
as
a
that.
Hydra, I swear to God.
I will Hydra as much as I want to. Just remember the last time there
man.
was a Hydra.
In the
Look-
Feywild, there's desert freezing.
Yeah.
Look,
You remember
man,
the last time
I'm-
there was a Hydra though?
Uh-huh.
Dun 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 dun.
Hence why I said stay the hell away from me. I'm not having Monster Hunter World PTSD again.
I will give you all of the PTSD flashbacks I want. I'll bring back Joey.
No!
But that being said, this isn't about my other chaotic game worlds where I've just gone full to the wall with my crazy.
Fucking send it.
That's more of a one-shot idea, anyway.
Anyway.
But last you left off, you had been in the midst of a fight, trying to take care of some bandits who were trying to just kind of bully their way into getting the food that was made for the Moonlight Festival.
Messed with the wrong people.
You kind of just were like, all right, bet, and started just whacking him around.
In my defense, I was simply trying to disarm him. He fired first.
Oh no, absolutely. Which, by the way, because of the disarming attempt, I've actually made it so that I'm going to make sure I voice this to you since you weren't here for it. There is an optional ruling in the Dungeon Master's Guide about the disarm action. So if you wanted to take a full action to do that, you could. I would say that it wouldn't actually. How do I put this? It wouldn't stop your rage. Because as part of the disarm action, it does state that you need to make an attack roll.
Ooh.
So you could technically rage and all that with this. There are also now 3 weapons that have the disarming trait, meaning that if you make an attack with them to disarm, you can make it once per turn as part of your attack action, and then make another attack if you have the extra attack feature.
Not me imagining Serenity with a whip out.
That's up to you.
Talk to Elizabeth. Elizabeth's got one.
You just get one of Zark's points.
Wait, huh?
Oh, okay.
That being
Sorry,
said, yep.
I'm doing 2 things at once right now.
You're fine, man. I'll explain again later if you need.
No, I was listening to that. Like I heard Serenity with a whip, and my brain was just trying to remember what Serenity looked like for a hot minute. Because she has like 3 different forms, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Technically,
Yes.
yeah.
It's
So
fine.
like-
I'm a sand. It's okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, which one of these would be like the whip,
The hottest.
the coolest? What? Yeah.
The angel.
That depends
Right,
on your definition of how hot the devil is with it. But we're getting sidetracked.
As we always do.
Yes. Amongst the chaos of it, towards literally the end of it, the leader vanished. And then Ripe, a satyr, who was brightly colored and ready to rock and roll, spirited away a number of the young girls who had kind of fled towards him for comfort and safety. And they got their safety, but they are no longer on the material plane.
Little bitch.
Should've
I would
punched him
argue
when I
that
had
they
a
are
chance.
less. I would argue that they are less safe.
You could potentially argue correctly. It all depends on what you find. That being said, you were then visited by a woman named Cotton, a dryad who had been invited to the festival to watch Ripe play, heard what Ripe did, and basically went, "Oh, Ripe, what did you do?" and is willing to take you back to a place with which to help, at the very least, attempt to explain the rules of the Feywild, one of which is, in order to enter the Feywild or leave the Feywild without wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey shenanigans, you need an invitation to enter and effectively a invitation to leave. You need to be effectively dismissed and yeah, you can go if you need.
An uninvitation.
Yes.
A dismissal.
Uninvited. A dismissal.
That's it.
You need to be dismissed in order to leave without, again, the wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey bullshit.
You know what? Fuck you. I'll invite your invitation.
There are actually a few other things regarding that, which a more powerful Fae can have underlined into the stipulation of an invitation. But that's a story for another time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goody! I sense a hag storyline coming
Oh,
up.
actually, no, that's not the hag storyline. No, that was something far worse.
Hell!
How? Oh, trust me, I can make.
No, I
things
said, oh.
yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. It was great. I love hags. Hags are fun.
I don't trust you.
You shouldn't.
Part me clear my throat, the other part fucking shuddering.
You remember my hags. Good times.
Oh.
But you are currently finishing getting your supplies of what you might want/need from the city to be on your way the next day.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I thought it was morning when we were...
Yeah, no. I'm saying anything else you need before you head out. This is effectively a quote-unquote last call to do so.
Well, Elizabeth has been given something so she won't die, so we're good there.
You're welcome.
With what Elizabeth does, it's needed.
I think I'm good. I now have 2 weapons. What's with the bikini bottom flowers?
It's still there.
They have never left.
No, they're different colors now.
Don't worry about it.
One's
No.
flesh. They're flesh colored.
They're white.
Fine. Listen, I had to change ink because I was worried about Zark's eyes.
That is completely understandable.
You are a good
Have a
and
nice day.
adorable friend.
How did I not even notice that? So now, oh my gosh.
I haven't noticed it, but I'm also in the middle of a sea battle in ancient Greece. So
That
Are you playing Assassin's
he's
Creed?
playing Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
He mentioned Odyssey before, and he was just like, "Hold on a second."
I want
yeah,
that one.
pretty much.
Oh, excuse me, not that one. I want the Valhalla one. But
Yeah, no, I'm achievement hunting this game.
Because
So,
of course.
yeah,
It's dark.
Is there anything that
and
you
it's a
wanted
long
to,
game, so
Yeah. Is there anything you want to get before you head out of the city, Sark?
you still have your do you still have your shield? Or did you give that up?
No, he didn't give his shield up.
No, I know I did give my shield up.
You did?
You got it back. No, the blacksmith said that he would give it back to
Yeah.
Aurelius before the ceremony started.
You got it back.
Oh shit, sorry, I didn't.
It's just your greatsword you don't have.
Correct.
I didn't know. That's why I was using the chair as a shield.
You were giving it back, but like carrying around a shield at the party seemed
Odd.
Yeah.
All right.
It was supposed to be a night of festivities. So yeah, no, the chair was honestly like again brilliant. I loved that.
Yeah, I just thought about that. I'm like, wait a minute, ain't he a sword shield fighter?
He also has a great sword, so that is questionable.
Don't worry about it.
So in that case, I'm just thinking I could sell my chainmail armor. I still have that. I just
The old
Sorry.
stuff?
Carrying it around?
yeah.
Oh.
He's
that's
literally an,
that's
he's
an extra
literally-
55 pounds to drop.
he's literally an RPG character.
I dropped
He's carrying-
55 pounds with this simple trick. Unequipping.
Oh no. Oh no,
unequipping
this
his arm.
basket has made me heavy. Let me just eat the basket to solve the problem.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, so he's gonna need to trade that in, and I think I might get him. He needs a piercing weapon in case he comes up across something, because he's got swords which are slashing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You have a long
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah, longsword. I could get him like a pike or a spear or something that could do some solid piercing.
This
Because
is
I
a-
need
this
I
is
need
a-
it to be martial.
Yeah, well,
Didn't
The thing
the
is-
You need it to be
blacksmith
martial?
tell Elizabeth that they had spears?
yes. This is a
Then
small
Eliz-
town. They do have some weapons, but more of them are going to be simple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they
okay.
didn't have a great sword either.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, simple weapons are fine.
Yeah.
Like
they do have spears.
yeah.
I
So
will-
so long as it does what I need it to.
Right. I will say that the trade-in for the chainmail is not one to one. You have worn it. That it does have kind of a funky smell, and there are battle wounds on it.
Yeah.
I will
Why is it
say
kind of
Uh,
smell?
Because Aurelius never took it off.
he sleeps in the thing.
Oh,
Aurelius hadn't had a home for like years. Don't give me that sense.
You need to wash yourself. They actually let me see real quick. Based off of that.
I'm just imagining like trying to get a really take a bath is like trying to bathe a cat.
Look, look, put it this way, right? Aurelius only recently had a reason to look after himself.
He's with people who actually care about how he smells.
I'm gonna dunk you in a river.
Just kick him in.
Yo, River Duel.
In armor? Go ahead.
Who said an armor?
It's like the anime fan service that you hot people
Yes.
fighting in water.
It's the beach episode, but just in a river.
Yes!
Kendall sounded so happy.
I love the anime beach episodes. Those are my favorite.
Don't worry, you guys will eventually head to a beach. It'll be fun.
I don't trust you.
I don't trust you either.
As you shouldn't. Paris,
Alyssa-
haven't my
every
beach
reason not
episodes
to
been
trust
fun?
So, like, your beach episodes are fun, but every single time someone has come out of it traumatized at the end.
Being fair, one of the people had decided to make their home originally on the beach. I had to give them trauma for that.
Do I need to bring up the random banshee on the beach, too?
That was fun.
Aha! My point being...
But that was a random banshee. That wasn't like a set banshee. That was like a, you guys are not having enough fun. You guys like hitting stuff. Here, hit this.
And then you hit the thing.
Sitting
Wow.
there in a bikini, just relaxing, suddenly two people fall and unconscious, and there's a screaming bitch 5 feet within my range. Hello!
Hello. What?
I'm not me thinking about like water spirits and things like that. Like river spirit, we just rock up and we're like, ah yes, time to duel. And the river spirit's like, no, shut up.
No.
Slaps me in the face.
The water weird.
Don't get me started.
No.
No. I clean now.
What? I clean. Need more spend. What? Windex.
Need more Windex. Anyways, I'll say that the blacksmith, after your actions through the night, will offer you for the chainmail 40 gold and the spear.
Oh, nice.
Wait, I'm
Nice.
getting 40.
40
Okay.
gold and a spear.
Alright, yeah, I'll... I kind of don't want to take all 40 of the gold,
Really?
But-
Yes, come on.
but
He's
I mean,
offering it.
I guess, yeah, alright. If that's what what he deems is fair, then I will allow it. It just feels weird.
He does say, which you're not sure how you feel about this. He does say that the armor was in better condition than he expected.
Yeah.
Because technically you didn't have that many fights in it before you switched it out. You were wearing it for a long time, but confrontation after
With demons is not...
no, the ones that the one that you had that you traded in was the one that you got after the demons.
Mm.
They kind of needed to peel you out of the original armor.
Ew.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
nasty.
Yeah, this is the original chainmail that I was wearing at the beginning of the campaign.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
So it was still it was a little stinky, but for the most part, most of it was still good.
It's intact. You just need to quench it, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, just kind of let it spray some spray some Febreze in there. I was speaking in eldritch tongues. Apparently, I'm sorry.
That explains why it feels like my nose is about to start bleeding. Alright.
Alright. So, yeah. I'm assuming it's just a basic spear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's in my invin bin now. So you just see Aurelius. What? What do you call it? Inventory?
No, that's yes. But
Yes.
that's a cute name for it. In bin bin.
Who is this
It's
person
so
named
much
Tori?
more fun to say.
And why are they carrying your stuff?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We all know Tori.
No, I don't. I got my invin bin
Artemis,
with all
was
my
there-
stuff in it.
Artemis, was there anything else you needed?
No, I'll probably just grab like a handful of rocks. But
Rocks.
Fair.
listen, her main weapon was her arm, and she can't get that back right now.
And still in the
Rocks
process.
Pog? Yeah. Aurelius just kind of walks out with this spear all excited, like, I haven't used this in... And he thinks about it. He really has to think about the last time he used a spear.
You.
A decade?
Is
Yeah.
at least.
About... No, wait. So, he was... 3 years ago, he went into the abyss. 5 years before that... Yes, like 7 years. Like, he was still in training when he last used the spear.
Aren't you 23?
Yeah.
He was raised in this world.
Life, yeah.
He was raised in
Molded
a paladin... He was raised in a paladin order, my guy.
Yeah.
Like...
Bro,
He
no,
was-
it's like
The Bane
I
speech.
understand. In character, Serena's like, what the fuck were you abused as a child?
Have you ever heard of child soldiers?
Well, look,
Well,
he
we're
was
moving
still
on.
in training.
We're moving forward.
Before we go down that rabbit
Let's not
hole,
go down
let's go.
that path. Let's not go down that path. He's already had 3 meltdowns in the last 8 hours.
Look, it's...
Later.
Okay,
later.
just-
Later.
yeah,
Don't worry,
okay.
later. We'll get there.
It's not way more sinister than it needed to.
It's
what do you
not
mean?
sinister, I
It's
swear.
like-
perfectly not sinister enough.
It's like when he does the whole, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't worry about
The tone.
I will draw a
Down.
His
heart.
voice just drops a pitch, and he's like, "Don't worry about it."
I will draw
Worry
a heart
about
on your
it.
fucking nose with a Sharpie. Back up.
That just means that I can hug you because you're that close. Hello. Hi.
Aww.
I like hugs.
Hug Pog?
I'm gonna tell Karis on you to say you're bullying me.
She's in the chat.
She
So-
is.
Karis,
You
he's
know,
bullying me.
She says hi, by the way. But Paris,
Ernest?
did you have anything else that you wished to get in town?
No, because I can't use shields and they don't have a glaive.
What?
Unarmored defense doesn't stack with shields, I don't think. Does it?
It does.
Oh, shit!
The only problem is that this place, how do I put this? The closest thing they have to a shield is a wooden plank on straps.
Ye old pot lid!
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, let's not, because if that shit breaks, I would rather not deal with the fallout of splinters.
Listen. I'll say this right now. Viking shields are basically that with a pauldron in the center. It's not
Yeah,
even
but that
a
has a
pauldron.
pauldron thing in the center. These ones don't.
This is literally the RPG pot lid.
This is the Bloodborne shield.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I forgot about that!
Anyways.
Not even the good one. Which
But,
still isn't
yeah,
saying
no,
much.
I don't have anything I want to get. Thank you for asking, though.
Of course. So, you guys meet up with Cotton, who is confused by the mounts and the carts that go out of the city, but is happy to move along with you.
I think we decided not to take the mounts or the cart.
There's no
Yeah, because I remember Serenity having a full breakdown.
certainty.
When she couldn't take bonkers.
Yep.
But besides that,
Yes,
we're
you
ready
guys-
to go.
Yeah, you guys will then head out. So, I have 3 things to roll for.
Yay! Death!
Hugs!
First thing. Okay. All right. Okay. That's good. That's exceptional, actually.
That's good.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
92.
Oh, sweet. We're in a good day. We're having a good day. Okay,
If
good.
she starts skipping, I'm gonna fucking suplex her because you're not Elizabeth.
Elizabeth wouldn't skip.
Yep. Ah.
She'd light jog.
No, she's got too much stuff on her now.
The weight
No,
it
she-
down.
All right.
Look, she's an Assassin's Creed character. She doesn't need.
Never space.
Not too far.
It just goes into the butthole pocket dimension that all RPG characters have.
You mean like Link?
Yeah.
Just pull it out of nowhere.
I think literally the term is hammer space. I don't know why it's called hammer space.
Because there are cartoon characters who would reach behind themselves and pull out giant fucking hammers to beat the hell out of things and people with them.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I thought it was a reference to Amy Rose.
Amy Rose is one of those characters.
That's always a good sound.
Oh.
Karis is not the fun biting. Karis is not the fun biting.
All right, cool. So you travel along, and there's a bit of time where you can move, get to a point where you can kind of rest and relax. Do you start a fire at all?
I mean, I think all of
Okay.
us have dark vision. No, Aurelius and
No,
Elizabeth don't.
No, humans.
Aurelius, yeah. Aurelius doesn't, but he's kind of... He's kind of got Batman disease, where he's so used to it at this point that he just doesn't... He's not phased by it.
I would like to remind you, it is a full moon.
Oh!
That
Okay.
does help a little bit. At the very least, at best, in some areas, is dim light.
We're don't starve levels.
Yeah, kind of.
Look-
we can see,
Look,
quote unquote, enough.
Oh.
So
I think
would we
so.
light a
What's the
fire?
weather?
Yeah, so that's a good question. What is the weather?
first of all, where are we before we even... Like, what's the area around us? What's the vibe?
It's still the rolling hills with the many flowers among them. There are a lot more patches where there's like flowers and then just grass.
So there's no trees blocking the moonlight or
No.
anything?
No.
Okay. That's what I was concerned about.
Yes, no. You do not have the difficulty of tree blockage.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. The first night, so if you do not make a fire,
I'm sorry, did you answer Kendall's question?
what was Kendall's
Yeah,
question? I
what's the
apologize.
weather?
Weather.
I'm getting to that.
Mm.
The weather is remarkably clear. Like,
Like, is it warm?
yeah.
Okay, well then I don't see why we would. Have we already eaten? Do we need to cook anything?
If you guys have rations on your sheets, mark one off.
Will do.
Me checking my invent bin for rations.
You should have one.
I
you
do
should have
have
some.
a day of rations.
At least
I
a
keep
day.
You
forgetting.
should have
that
more than a day, but yeah.
I keep forgetting I have 10 days worth of rations.
So do
Yeah,
I.
oh yeah, I have 10 days of rations.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
am done.
We're supposed to have rations?
Yeah.
It's
You get
part
it
of
from
It'll be in your backpack.
Yeah.
Part of your backpack, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'll take one away. Oh no, one of my rations. How am I going to survive?
Oh no.
Our table, it's broken.
Oh no! Our table!
Broken table Pog can use his shield.
Yeah, technically.
Let's put it down.
As,
No.
as you move into the next day, there is a bit of time as you're moving across the fields where you do note that there's some movement among the grass and the flowers and the like. Anyone who has a passive perception of 15
No.
does not need to
Wait.
roll
Yeah, no.
to see
17.
17, so you do not need to roll. Anyone who does not,
Roll perception?
no, not unless someone who beats the perception points it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does Artemis
Damn.
point it out?
What am I seeing?
You see amongst the grass and the flowers, very much something that's not something you immediately notice because they're not like moving. They're just laying about, just kind of there. But you can see almost as though like fluttering, not with the wind, but almost with like a breath, what you can presume to be dandelions. A good number of them too. Like you count. I'd say roll a perception check.
I love dandelions.
Dandelions. By the way, now that you can actually see them, they have no eyes.
Yeah, Elizabeth is very familiar with these.
They're plants.
What?
They're plants.
Yeah, they have no eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. They have no eyes.
Oh, you mean they're not the animals? Okay.
Yes, they are plants. They have the appearance of a large feline, like a lion, and with a quote unquote a collar of flower petals around their.
I get it.
Yep, that's where they got the name because they looked like lions, and there's something called a dandelion. So they just were like, "This is easy," and didn't think about, the fact that there was, the weed that is the dandelions.
I thought you meant like genuine plants.
No, there are
No.
plant creatures.
Okay.
Um,
That's why I got excited.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do tell them about it.
Yep. So in which case, with the perception roll, you rolled Serenity. You would see them as well. Looking between them, Artemis and Serenity. If the other two would wish to roll a perception check, they can.
Sure.
There's
Why not?
like, this is a small what lions would call a pride. There's at least 14 here.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Artemis is going to hold her arm out to Serenity and look at her very seriously. Do not touch them.
He looks at Artemis.
Don't touch what?
No. Zark, with them pointing it out, you're able to see a few of them. You only count 4.
It's only 4.
I'm aware that I can be very idiotic when it comes down to animals. I'm also aware of predator species, however, and granted, I am strong. I am still afraid.
Elizabeth, you know that these, while they are predator species, tend to avoid most humanoids just due to the fact that, well, humanoids don't tend to approach them once they realize what they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we keep our distance, we're good. Didn't know they had these out here. Kind of nice to see them again.
Serenity looks wildly offended.
Yeah, don't touch Serenity. No petting.
I don't approach just predator wild animals. I'm not gonna approach a pack of wolves either.
Yes, you would.
Yes, you would. Serenity, it's an animal. We're making sure.
You know what? She fucking picks up Elizabeth and tosses her over her shoulder.
Can I try to stop her from doing that?
Can Aurelius try to catch her hand?
Catch my hand?
My hand from
Yeah.
stopping you.
That's not what I meant, but okay, that works too.
Oh, were you trying to stop
Fucking
Serenity?
fight me.
Yeah, I was trying to stop Serenity.
Okay.
Serenity, you can't just grab people when you disagree with them.
Wait.
Wait, do I need to roll something? Because everything's going on right now.
I'm gonna
Comp
say
didn't
that
tell me
it's
to roll anything.
effectively just a slap fight. Effectively.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make it like this big deal of rolling to fight each other. I'm just gonna say this: you guys effectively had like a little almost slap fight of just like who's doing what, while Serenity has picked up Artemis, who's I don't imagine
No, Elizabeth.
you are.
No, she was picking up Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth. I thought you were picking up
Yeah, that's
Artemis.
why I'm like, No, me, because I was talking back to her about an animal and her having
Oh,
a
yeah.
reputation.
Fair enough. In which case, you are also slap fighting Serenity.
Okay.
So you're effectively trying to defend yourself from two sides while.
No, Aurelius is trying to stop Serenity.
Oh.
Artemis is trying to stop nothing. She's just looking on in disappointment.
My brain is frying like an egg.
Also,
so
what did Artemis say? I heard
she's disappointed in us.
You can't just grab people when you disagree with them.
Well, it just is.
Yes.
So yeah. She sticks her tongue out at Artemis.
To pick me up, or we're gonna have a problem, Serenity. Okay?
Fine.
You can only pick me up.
Yeah, go ahead and pick Aurelius up all you want. I would prefer not to be picked up.
Okay. Understand. She pokes Elizabeth's forehead.
Just because you were 2 inches taller than me does not mean anything, and you know it.
To be honest, I barely noticed the difference. Bro, you're like, you are legit eye height anyway. She's like, I don't even register that I'm taller. The fact that you pointed out there was a brief moment where she looked at you like, am I?
She'll just kind of do one of those, not even try to point it out and just kind of shake her head and keep walking.
Only 2 inches. 2 inches never makes a difference in most areas.
Aurelius slowly turns to look towards Serenity.
She does not look at him. She keeps walking.
Aurelius then looks back to Elizabeth and goes, does she have problems with different swords?
Apparently, yes. But depends on what kind of sword you're talking about.
Well, it sounds like she doesn't like short swords.
No, you're really good with the long sword, so I think you're up there on her favorites right now.
Look,
I walk around with a great sword. Sword length is obviously important. Actually, I need to get a glaive at some point.
But yeah, you're pretty good with the long sword and the great sword. I think you're really high up there with some of Serenity's favorite people, and she'll just eye over at Serenity before walking.
Aurelius whooshing right now.
I'm gonna find a way to put duct tape on you.
At that, just to be a shit to you, Elizabeth starts skipping.
Oh.
Artemis is just giggling.
Wait, it's a new day. How bad is Elizabeth? Would she even skip?
No, that's what I was
92.
saying. That was the 92 roll.
Yeah. Oh, for this day? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, she's very much skipping, and if Serenity says anything, you're gonna get a middle finger.
She does walk up beside you and just smile and very quietly says, I'm glad that you are feeling good enough to be so happy.
I wouldn't say happy, just more in the mood to be a little shit.
Happy, we'll go with that.
Oh, trust me, you'll know when I'm really actually happy.
Well, yes, because then you'll be with your significant other.
Yeah. And Elizabeth stops skipping, stares at Serenity, and kind of lowers her head and keeps walking.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Is she red or is she sad?
Sad.
Oh. She kind of puts her hand on her shoulder. Everything will work out. Just trust me for this.
Was the dryad making any noises, or was I hallucinating?
No, they're like, oh.
I thought it was like a sad, oh no, no.
Yeah, kind of just like this. I don't know what just happened. I'm just hoping I'm not causing more problems.
But yeah, the moment that gets brought up to Elizabeth, she stops skipping and will doesn't say anything. It's a sore subject.
He wants you to be with this man, damn it. But it's fucking hard to get you two together.
Artemis is probably walking alongside the Dryad.
Yeah, Aurelius is falling back from that conversation with the Dryad.
Sorry, he'll
He
keep
ain't
walking
touching
beside
that.
Elizabeth.
Oh my god.
Oh, good lord.
So how long until we need to make the jump, so to speak?
We should be there a little bit after the sun reaches its peak. It's not
It's
that far
afternoon.
away. Is that what you call it? Noon?
Mm-hmm.
And
When the sun is at its highest.
Afternoon. I was so confused as to why it was called that. Now I understand. Oh, that's so interesting.
Learn
love this
something
girl
new
so
every
much.
day.
Make sure this is one of the ones you remember. Because you also forget 1,000 things every day.
This is also true.
That explains a lot. A lot more than I'm actually comfortable thinking about. She's fucking. Oh. Mainly A, because my fucking bad memories just. Oh.
Artemis
Yeah.
just kind of shrugs. It's better than remembering everything.
That is true.
What did
God,
we eat for breakfast?
Rations.
food.
Food?
Please, God, tell me Serenity and Elizabeth both said that at the same fucking time.
Sure.
Just that really overly sarcastic food.
She looks.
Ah,
at
yes, I
Elizabeth.
see you guys are filled with wisdom.
Not
Oh,
really.
Allow me to write that down in a journal somewhere.
I have a
The
piece
wise
of paper
words
if you'd
of
like.
You're
Aurelius.
dripping with. You can see the sarcasm dripping off you, Aurelius. It's not a flattering look.
I think it's
Sarcasm
actually
does
quite
sarcasm.
nice.
Of course, you would think that.
Well, he's always so sullen. I mean, him being sarcastic's a good improvement.
Is?
Elizabeth just grins at Serenity.
She knows exactly what the fuck you're saying. She's ignoring it.
That doesn't stop her from having that little sister grin.
Artemis is just kind of leaning toward Cotton a little bit. She's attracted to him.
Oh,
Mhm.
are neither making their advances? No.
Well, to varying degrees.
Oh, that's fair.
Mhm.
It's not my place to judge. It is my place to say that we should still continue forward, though.
Of course.
Yes.
That's
Forward?
right. You're the one showing us the way. Why are we walking ahead of you? I am so sorry, Cotton. Lead the way home.
You are heading in the right direction, at the very least. That I'm not saying stop walking ahead of me. You are very eager, and I appreciate that. And I'm sure that the young women who you are going to rescue are also going to be appreciative of your zeal and desire to assist.
To be fair, me and Elizabeth both wanted to punch him in the face to begin with, so
He
it helps.
I'm very eager to do so still, so I hope I get the chance.
She looks a little bit like not embarrassed, more like a kind of sad. Just like he had been told he has a very punchable face.
Don't worry,
Oh, he does.
he'll still be alive once we're done.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. She looks
So
at
I
Elizabeth.
have to
Yes.
let him live.
Yes.
but are you sure? Because the person he
Yes.
reminds me of, I can't get to.
She gestures to Cotton.
I don't think that letting my presence sway you in this matter is appropriate. He has effectively kidnapped people from one plane to another. That is like I'm pretty sure that's not okay.
Elizabeth will point to Cotton and just grin up at Serenity, going,
I'm not saying.
I take that as it's not a bad idea if I do.
I'm not saying you should.
We're not
kill
gonna
him,
kill them.
But yeah,
Oh,
thank
come
you.
on, let me. She'll look over at Aurelius. Oh, come on, please.
No.
But
What do we gain from killing him?
I get to kill him.
I think it's literally just pleasure.
If it's just pleasure, then it doesn't matter.
To you.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
She is still his friend.
And I know people back home are gonna want to say something to him and yada yada yada. But
People can change.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
he's not the one you actually want to kill.
No, but I have no access to the one I do.
It won't be satisfying.
But you will get access to them at some point, surely.
Let's hope he never finds me.
Okay, then why make a substitute?
That's a story for another day, Aurelius. We should keep walking.
Cotton leans towards Artemis and just goes, "Your friend is absolutely terrifying."
She'll lean in order, back in order.
I have never met
Just wait.
someone who is so bloodthirsty, I believe the term is called.
Just wait till you see the rest of them in a fight.
Oh.
You should... Yeah, I recommend
They're
looking
whispering.
They're
away.
whispering.
Yeah,
Uh,
whispering. It's
Sorry,
just the two of them.
I'm sorry.
You're
I
fine.
didn't
You're
realize.
fine. No, that's why I said she leaned into Artemis.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stage whisper. I'm not gonna whisper for everything, otherwise it's gonna be sound like. So when they're talking like this, it sounds really weird.
You sounded like a rabid gerb.
Don't make me get out the fucking dire gerbils. They're evil.
I want one!
They're not pets.
This is why we keep you away from animals.
Exactly.
In my defense, Serenity would not want a gerbil because gerbils are short-lived. I, however, I am not Serenity!
But you both make bad decisions.
Hey, we all make bad decisions in this. You literally took off your arm to enchant it.
I mean,
Yes, I did.
yeah, they did.
Love the shamelessness.
Like, yeah, of course I did.
Obviously. It's just a case of a herd of danger floof.
Herd of danger floof.
But yeah,
Oh.
out of character, I'm not surprised Elizabeth is being seen as bloodthirsty.
You kind of came across exactly as strongly as you wanted.
Exactly.
Bro, wait, I just realized Victus must have a hard-on for you right now. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Or is he silent for once?
They're silent, but if you think that, you do get a chuckle. A very pleased chuckle.
It's not
feel
the
like-
first time a Victus has seen this side of her.
He, like, leans down to, like, mutter in Elizabeth's ear. No, I don't know how to feel about what I'm about to say, but I'm pretty sure that the demon in my head is very much enjoying you.
Elizabeth is kind of bug-eyed a little, looks up at Serenity, kind of going, I am choosing to take that as a compliment right now.
I
She gives like that thin smile of it's not good.
Yeah. In your head, you hear Invictus go, "I wouldn't. How dare you? After all we've been through, calling me a demon?
Oh,
I
devil.
thought you knew me better. I thought we had an understanding.
Just because you watch me back off does not mean that we have a good understanding of each other.
I am a devil, and I will be respected as such."
Demon. I'm about to walk into a wall. I can feel it.
You hear the soft chanting, "I am projecting my thoughts. Snap her neck. I'll live with the consequences. Just kill her. Kill her now.
Oh, you enjoy the blood too much to have me die just yet.
You could supply me more.
Is she just saying things out loud?
No, she's
No.
thinking a lot
This
of
is in her
this.
head.
Okay.
But she looks like she's like distracted.
Her eyes are kind of like glazed over, and every now and again she rolls them.
I'd like to say that Elizabeth notices that Serenity starts having like that inner monologue that Serenity has brought up to her, and it's like has her hand on her arm to just guide her.
Make sure she doesn't fall down the hill.
Yeah.
Bruh, I have no idea how to explain how fast he would make me slip if he could.
Why do you think Elizabeth is like just holding on to Serenity's arm while this whole conversation is happening?
Mm-hmm.
No fun for you. Oh my good lord. After a bit, she like refocuses.
Right before you refocus, he does kind of make you zone out for a moment longer. As he just kind of says, "At some point, you really should snap her neck, though. She's dangerous. I'm not saying she's not valuable, but she's dangerous."
So is the woman behind me that I am literally sharing a bed with,
So
as
are
well
you.
as the Abyss Hunter.
If you don't wish to take my wisdom, that's up to you.
I'm not saying that I'm not keeping it in mind, but I'm not going to do it needlessly either. Good lord. Man's sitting here like, kill her, fucking do it, you idiot!
You got fucking Papa Palpatine in your head, dude.
Do it.
Just do it.
do it.
Do it.
Let the
Kill
hate
him.
flow through you. For the most part, the travel is mostly uneventful until in the distance you do note that there is a hill that you can see off in the distance that you're headed towards, where there is a tree and a very clear swath of land that is barren of flowers, as well as a much grass that looks like it was like either ripped out or destroyed. It's much more varied, and a slew of weapons and empty armors.
What?
Can I make an educated guess as to when any battle might have taken place here?
History check.
Yeah, as well.
Yes.
Where is my history book?
It's under H.
All right, 16.
All right, both of you got it. At most, it was within the last 30 to 35 years. Most likely, it was almost exactly, give or take, obviously, days, months, and such, 30 years ago.
Yeah, so before my time.
Yes.
Looking at the weapons and arms, would I be able to deduce who the forces might have been?
The forces symbols. The lesser ones that you note that are like stabbed into the ground more victoriously are those of Cormundum.
Okay.
The other forces are of a group, just banners that you are unfamiliar with.
Can I look at them?
Yeah. Make a history check.
Can Elizabeth do that too?
You can look at them, but a history check would not be available to you.
Good point.
17.
you've a memory that at one point there were a lot more little countries around. Likely, the banners are of a smaller nation that was annexed into Cormundum violently as they swept in and took over. If the place had a name, it wasn't one that you were ever made aware of. And because of that, there's a good chance that there will be a good number of people who will never know who these banners once belonged to. At least in this time. Hopefully someday they'll be able to find something about this. Perhaps even you. But as it stands, no indication of exactly who this nation was, except for one banner. That of a horse in profile with a series of braids running down its mane. The symbol of the braided horseman.
Okay.
But that was 30 years ago.
All right.
She's gonna look back at Aurelius and tell him what she found.
Braided horseman.
Yep.
So there's multiple banners, right?
Yes.
Not just one. Okay.
Correct. The braided horseman, as a refresher, was the symbol on the bandit group that attacked the village as well.
Yeah. Would I be able to come to the conclusion that there was an alliance between multiple smaller, say, states in a united front against Cormundum, and they still failed?
You can absolutely make that presumption.
Okay. So this happened 30 years ago. It was a conquering effort from Cormundum. Okay. Can I, based on the evidence around me and from what the horseman told me, what can I conclude was the role of these horsemen? Like, were they a cavalry unit of some kind, or were they messengers, or were they just like were they a full-on independent nation at some point?
I'd say based off what you can see, there was almost certainly a part of them that was a cavalry unit. But whether or not they were their own nation, I'd say they flew under the banner, but whether or not that was a nation's banner, I'd say I'd say roll an intelligence check. You don't have Smith's tools to be able to differentiate too much of armor, but you actually, you know what? I'll say since you're proficient in heavy armor, I'll allow you to add your proficiency bonus. Just roll an intelligence check. Your history is not. No, you don't have proficiency in that. Sorry. Roll an intelligence check. We'll add your proficiency bonus to it.
I miss Elliot only for the Smith's tools. Oh!
Alright, whatever that is, plus 3.
So, 7.
Yeah, no. This armor is made out of metal.
Yep.
Common metal. Something like steel.
Yeah. Or potentially, maybe not. maybe it could be made out of, I don't know, iron or like chains.
Poor Aurelius.
Yeah, no. That's basically all the lore I need. The unnecessary lore for no reason, but like, it's interesting. Aurelius is like historian brain, cool. Anyway, so this tree is I don't think Aurelius would know. Am I?
No.
I was gonna, yeah.
You were
That's not
focused
his-
towards more immediate threats.
Yeah. Alright, Aurelius is going to stop being historian and return to his status as a watchman. He's keeping an eye out for any movement or danger that may occur. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
To be fair, both of the big tanks went complete nerd mode, so you're not alone.
Yeah. I'm trying to wrap up what I'm doing so I can take this call that I've gotten while I was rambling.
Brip.
Yeah, I'll be back. Sorry.
I'll be back. Ooh.
And you hear Cotton just go, "Look, that tree over there. That's my tree.
What's the tree do?
This is the entrance.
We gotta get to the tree, yeah.
I'm sorry if I missed it. What's the tree look like again?
Kind of like a savanna tree.
Oh, like the shit that leopards sit in.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. We live right next to a battlefield?
Is that what this was? It's.
She nods her head.
I suppose that would make sense. The place of ended combat does tend to leave strong residues of magic if there were people who were of a magic nature. And so it makes it a lot easier for, well, interplanar travel.
Suppose it makes sense.
Although, this was a place where Ripe and I could both kind of set up ourselves a little bit, so I suppose that means that there had to be at least a bit of magic. Would people fight over magic in this place?
Yes.
Oh,
Renee just has a sad smile.
that's
Unfortunately.
so sad. Magic is for everyone.
Magic is feared.
It's feared?
Here it is, yes.
Why?
Because people don't like what they don't fully understand.
It's feared, it's taken advantage of, it's used for many things. And sometimes, but this country specifically is usually a little more accepting.
Fully.
That's something at least. But, I mean, the best way to overcome your fear is to understand it, to try and learn about it. So, but I suppose if you're afraid of it, you're going to try and avoid it, and... Oh, that's tragic. They're missing out on so much. She's walking while she's talking, by the way.
Of course.
She'll put her hand on her shoulder. Well, thankfully there are people who are like-minded like you attempting to fix issues like this. It's just slow.
It's still sad.
That's why I must hide most of the time.
You're hiding?
Artemis has her scarf pulled up over her head and her mouth again. And she'll just give a nod. Yes.
Oh, I I presumed that was just a custom from where you're from. It looked, what's the proper word? Mysterious.
Flattering.
I mean,
But
she's not wrong.
What's happening? Sorry.
I'm mysterious, apparently.
Oh yeah, always.
They're heading to Cotton's tree, and Cotton mentioned that this battlefield likely had a good number of casters, people with magic, who would have affected the area around them after their death.
Before we get too close to the tree,
Yeah.
Elizabeth is going to kind of fall back from the group.
Mhm.
Not too far.
Mm-hmm.
Her hand's going to go to the lanyard
Mm-hmm.
and just very quietly just say, I'll message you when I get back. Just know I'm doing this for good. See you on the other side of the Feywild. And then let go of the lanyard and fall back in with the group.
Before you fall back in with the group, there was like, I'd say about like a 10-second thing where you just kind of have a deep breath of like, okay, I got this. So you're taking a step forward, and you almost stumble over. You hear, the Fey what now? The Feywild, the Feywild. You're going. What are you doing going to the Feywild?
Thank you. That is exactly what I wanted. For him to just go, what?
Elizabeth, well, yeah, she'll have stumbled hearing the voice because I have a feeling she talks a lot to him.
Oh yeah.
But not that many responses to back. Her hand goes back to the lanyard going, I trust, we're following people who got kidnapped. We're getting them back. I'll be okay.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. Be careful. Be fucking careful. Please be fucking careful. The Feywild is not for the faint of heart.
Pop Tim tips and tricks to fucking worry your significant other into cardiac arrest.
Say you're going to the Feywild.
If it helps any, a cleric gave me something so I won't die.
It helps. But not as much as you think. Not distrust in you, more just, well, the Fae. Literally just the Fae.
This is why I didn't tell you till I got to the entrance.
Oh, you're already there? Well, I mean, I guess I can't stop you, so just be careful. Please. And thank you.
You'll hear from me as soon as I get out.
Yeah.
Then she heads back to join in with the group.
All right.
Pardon? I have a question for you. Are you coming with us to confront Ripe, or are you simply opening the door and waiting for us?
Were you wanting to traverse the mists alone?
Okay, so
No.
you're coming with us.
I didn't
Well,
imagine
I didn't know if perhaps when we went over we would be stopping someplace and you would stay there, but
I'm taking you through my house, through the woods, and I don't imagine my confronting Ripe will be of much help. I'm not... He doesn't seem to be in a good place, and I imagine he might get violent.
well, I'm not asking to ask for more assistance. It's just that something odd about me when combat starts, and I don't want you to become afraid.
are you able to turn your face into that of a screeching undead tree and shake the trees to the point that some of the leaves will actually shrivel up and die around you?
No.
Oh, then you're okay.
That was an oddly specific scenario that you just presented.
That was my grandmother.
Serenity, you don't frequently encounter dryads, do you?
She looks at you with the most deadpan expression.
Artemis will just grin back.
Oh.
And then...
Affectionate
Aurel-
head bonk.
Meanwhile, Aurelius is checking if the spear has one pointed end or two pointed ends.
Well, you're checking if it's a spear or a javelin, is what I'm hearing.
No, I'm checking if it's a Greek-style spear or if it's a different style spear, which is inferior.
Well, since you called it inferior, you get that one.
I like how he said Greek and then just another type.
Which is inferior. Anything but Greek is inferior.
Yeah, no. When I basically, the idea is that you have that second point at the other end of the spear, so you can stab it into the sand and hold it there.
Prep for charge and such.
Huh.
Yeah. And also, you can use it for combat purposes, but it's not designed for it.
Right. That's what Polar Master's for.
Serenity's just got, like, her forehead up against Artemis's for a few seconds. You are very classy.
And you like that.
Oh, indefinitely. Alright, come on. We have decided to beat the crap out of
The
big
moment.
creature.
Do you say that out loud or loud enough for
Yes.
Elizabeth to hear? Because a
Yes.
grin will just spread across her lips.
I think we should try talking to him first, but yes, very likely.
We will attempt to talk first, but
Don't have me be the one to talk to him first.
no
That's the only
way in
communication I
hell.
have.
I
Do
don't-
not have me
I don't
first.
mind being the one to do the negotiations, but
I was gonna say I'm happy to negotiate as well.
yes, you can
Maybe
leave it.
Serenity, hold on to me until the fight starts. You have permission to hold on to my arm, because if anything happens with him that I don't like, I don't apologize for what I might do.
You see her rolling her shoulder. Noted. You two feel free to try and negotiate. You're much better at talking than me and Elizabeth are.
Artemis is going to look over at Aurelius and give him a bit of a nod, and then look
Alright.
back over to Cotton.
Aurelius is gonna look at Artemis and just kind of stand there, not really sure what's.
I love Aurelius, man.
Precious man is precious.
He really is. He's a lost puppy.
He's like, what's going on? Did I miss something?
What did I miss?
Bonfire?
Bonfire?
There is actually a bit of light that you do note past Artemis. As you Artemis and all you turn around, you see that Cotton has stepped up to their tree and seems to be like slowly putting their fingers into the between a crack in the tree and gently coaxing it apart. That is beginning to open into a swirling, misty gateway.
Serenity just very quietly mutters to herself, "Oh, I need to get my mind out of the gutter." Before she moves up to Cotton.
As she finishes
Aurelius
so she-
standing there, like dumbfounded. What is she talking about?
As she turns around, she looks at you all and says, "You are all invited into the Feywild. Please do be careful. I will try and keep you safe.
We gratefully
mean-
accept your invitation, Miss Cotton.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I think we'll be safe enough. I mean, clank, clank.
Be careful of that here. Some places can be a bit squishy.
Oh, you're gonna get stuck in quicksand.
What's quicksand?
It's like sand, but fast.
That's terrifying. Why would sand need to be fast? What is it running from?
Think
Oh
of
no, it pulls you down.
think
Oh,
of
it's a
sand
predator.
pit, but made out of sand.
Oh, so it's like is it a word? Hold on, wait. So it's an earth elemental?
Not
Aurelius's
exactly.
eyes
not
widen.
It's
Earth
not
elemental?
sentient.
Yeah.
What?
Like
Wait,
it's
like
let Kindle speak.
It's not exactly. It's not sentient. It just pulls down.
Basically, you sink in it because of your weight, and the more you struggle, the faster you sink.
What's an earth elemental?
Oh, the Lord.
so imagine the earth got together with itself and then stood up. Not all of it, like a big clump of it, like a big rock.
I think you made it worse.
Aurelius just kind of standing there like you know what? I've seen weird things. I'm not even going.
Come on inside, quick. He motions you in.
And Artemis will follow her quickly.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
following.
so does Elizabeth.
All right.
Oh, my leg is cramping.
You step through the shimmering gateway. As you do so, you there's definitely a feeling of your mind needing a moment to adjust as you go from looking at a tree that has a landscape behind it to looking at a room that is decorated with various plants and various different, very exotic looking pottery. Clays that you're unable to recognize, partly due to the fact that when they catch the light, they actually reflect a rainbow sheen on different surfaces.
Oh, how pretty.
After you all get in, she comes in behind you and will close the tree and then say, "Sorry about the mess. It's, I'll take care of it later.
You,
You're
you
fine.
weren't expecting guests. It's fine.
My room is much for us, son.
Well, no, it's not this room." And she walks into the next room. And as you all follow her in, you see that she's like deftly dancing among plants.
Oh,
So many potted plants, just all over the place. Potted plants. It's like a cat lady's house, but with potted plants.
Shirley is smiling.
Aurelius is being careful not to clank on any of the plants.
He's being a bull in a china shop.
It's
He's being the
beautiful.
most delicate bull in a china shop.
That's actually a thing. Bulls in china shops are surprisingly enough seem to be like really delicate.
Yeah.
Which is like fascinating to me.
I love that they'll be careful around inanimate objects, but if you release a bull into a crowd, it's over.
It's like, targets.
Serenity's walking around. She looks enamored.
Let's see if he's
It's
home.
absolutely beautiful.
Oh, he is?
All of these yours.
I've moved some of them around, and there's some of them that are from other places, and actually, let's see, there's 4 of you. Well, that makes sense.
Am I about to get grabbed by a plant?
Here.
Fucking up.
Hmm?
That sounds like a skull-tulla noise, by the way.
That's a scutella noise. This sounds like a shaking bush.
I'm looking at the bush.
No, it's behind you, like behind your feet.
Oh.
As you try and turn and look down, you can see it but every time you try and turn around, you see this little bits of like wood and roots scampering behind you to stay behind you.
What's behind me? Because I know I can. There's
Bark!
something back there.
Bark, leave her alone.
Who's Bob?
You hear this like shik 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 shik, then as this shrub climbs up on top of effectively beats of furniture to get near to Cotton, who just kind of like gently like strokes at some of the leaves as you watch it like do like again this vibrating leaf motion as it kind of just like settles in near her.
Oh, well, hello there.
I traded with someone a while ago, and they gave me a pot, and they told me that it was very useful for once. I didn't understand at the time, and then I planted bark, and bark came to life, and now I understand why it was only meant to work once.
I can't tell if Bach is shy or mischievous.
Mischievous. I'd say their bark is worse than their bite, as some of the people have said, but I don't know if it can bite. I'm pretty sure it can't bite, and so its bark is just its bark.
She'll move up to it and hold her hands out for it to like move into.
It's like a small creature, like cat size, and you can see like that full body, like from the front to the back, just wiggling of leaves in a manner reminiscent of a cat wiggling itself before it launches itself kind of into your chest, just collides with you. It's not strong in any sense of like knocking you off your feet. It's just like boing.
Hello there.
They are a little scamp.
I never thought I would see the day in which I found a plant adorable.
that is fair. They pet it gently. It's like I'm going out again. Watch the house. I'll be back soon. And you see, just watch it kind of like shake, jump out of your arms and just kind of like waddle away.
Waddle.
Until the very next day. As you just watch this animated shrub just going about its own business, whatever business that is.
Why do I always want what I can't have? Alright.
Every day there is something new that my mind has to process, and now it's an animated shrub. Okay.
Elizabeth, we're in the Feywild. You're gonna see quite a bit you can't process.
Yet I'm probably not going to question any of it. We're good.
Can I have one?
No.
No, Serenity.
I don't have another pot. Not like the one that they came in.
What? No, she's looking at Artemis and Elizabeth. Why not? Out of all the things, it's not dangerous. The plant is the biggest.
Meanwhile, like as all that's happened, Aurelius has finally made his way to the other end of the room near the door.
He can feel so proud of himself. He did not knock over a single potted plant. He did them no harm.
Serenity, we are not taking home an animated shrub as a souvenir for you.
Oh no, I
from
don't
the
think
Feywild.
here. I'm wondering if we could find one in our world.
I mean, possibly.
No, probably. This is something. No.
Even if we did find it, you're not taking it with you.
Chances are slim.
Why not?
You know you're not going to win this argument with us, Serenity.
No, I mean, why not get... Well, because it was very suspicious. Why am I asking? Ah!
Shall
Because
we go?
She throws her hands up in the fuck! Okay, fine. Fair enough kind of fucking style.
Hello. Sorry, a magpie just poked my window.
Let me in! Give me your bread!
With that, there's no door at first, as far as you can see, until you see her take part of the wood, and you realize it acts like kind of like wood panels, or like goes tut 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 as she pushes it forward and out, and it is a world of vibrant mismatched colors.
Oh, my eyes hurt.
Not in a way that hurts your eyes, more like pastels. Like someone pastel painted this place.
This makes me think of my sister's room.
The trees.
You have a sister?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
Oh.
She starts counting on her fingers. 11? By now?
Huh.
Oh, I just
So-
realized something depressing.
What?
She doesn't know me.
Oh! Moving on.
It is so opposite of what I like. Elizabeth kind of looks around in her all black, going,
Well, not everything can be dab and dreary.
Aurelius looks at himself. Am I drab and dreary?
apparently anybody who doesn't wear color is Aurelius. Even if you're wearing blue, that doesn't matter.
She sticks her
I'm
tongue
wearing
out at Elizabeth.
silver. My armor is silver, kind of, if you look at it at the right angle.
That's
You're
right.
shiny. That's not drab. You're shiny.
Speaking of, actually, Aurelius, when's the last time you washed your armor?
This one?
Yeah.
Last night.
What?
She looks at you confused.
What?
She was with you last night.
Oh, no, not last. The night before, when we were when the tavern.
That's why she looked at me. She's like, when did you go to the stream?
Aurelius just wandering off in the middle of the night.
For real.
Clank, 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 clank into the distance.
Look,
Shall we?
look. I understand that you may wanted to come with me to wash your own. You don't have armor.
Let's go, guys, before we get into talk about washing and removing clothing. Let's go.
Nods her head. Oh, music change.
The area, by the way, the trees are blues with accents of purple across them.
Oh, that's so cool. Sorry.
The leaves have a very the fall sort of coloration, but have like if you like move up near them and like run your hands across them, have very much that same vibrant liveliness that normal green leaves would have. And the grass also has like a orangish yellow coloring to it.
What season is it?
Right now, it's fall. Seasons are a little bit stranger here. Your calendars and our calendars don't always match. I know that there's some scholars here who are working on trying to fix it, but yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you change the... Oh, I'm not even going to question that. That's...
Change the what?
Like the seasons. That there's no point to it.
It is coming into winter soon.
Oh.
Like how you all are coming into summer.
Oh,
Yes.
so it's the opposite then.
Yes. You're technically at the end of spring, and we're technically nearing the end of our fall. We just haven't had the leaves fall completely off the trees.
Interesting. Artemis,
Yes.
how much do you know of the Feywild?
Only what I've been told.
At some point once we're done here, do you think you could tell me more?
You'll have to ask the right questions.
Yeah. I mean simply anything you knew.
Some things I remember from stories in my youth, some things I remember from the people that came from here.
I could tell you stories of knights who traveled here and then didn't come back for centuries, but that's about it.
You see
They're
her
not even very
eyebrows.
they're not even very descriptive of what happened.
You see her eyebrows like both rise up, and she looks still interested.
Elizabeth just holds up her hands going, "Don't ask me anything. I'm just as new to this as you are."
She smiles at Elizabeth.
Again, most of what I know are just legends and tales, but behind every legend, there is some semblance of truth.
I thought that was behind every lie. There's a semblance of truth.
I mean, both can be true.
Aren't legends just lies but bigger?
What? They're lies?
Not all the time. Many from the guild that I worked at. Quite a few came from here.
Oh, that must be nice.
Sometimes. Other times, not so much.
Oh.
Shall we?
Yes. Do keep your wits about you and do try and stay somewhat close. All right.
Aurelius gets maybe 2 feet away from the Dryad, just making sure that he is following instructions because he doesn't want to fuck anything up in the Feywild. He's a bit scared, not gonna lie.
Completely understandable.
Like the Abyss, sure, whatever. Don't care, mate.
Feywild.
Speaking of,
Yep.
is he at any response? Or has he stayed silent since telling me to choke Elizabeth?
He's staying silent for the moment. He doesn't have to be talking all the time.
No! I am aware of that.
He takes joy in your uncomfortableness when he's not talking.
Meanwhile, Artemis is looking around. She seems kind of oddly comfortable, more curious than anything.
She sort of kind of like lean down to mutter in Artemis's ear. Perhaps if you're curious, it might do to ask Cotton a few questions.
Oh, no, it's fine.
You sure, love? We're going to be walking anyway.
Later.
She nods her head. He's staying like close to Artemis into the close enough that like her arm is almost touching Artemis's. She's on the right side.
Okay. Here's where things get a little fun.
Oh goody. Fun from whose perspective?
Not yours.
His. You say his,
But also
not ours.
yours. I mean, if you find joy in these things, I'm not going to stop you.
Don't play the
There's
music.
that voice again.
Don't play the music.
Which one?
Don't you do it.
Which one?
You know which one.
Thank you. My saying which one clearly says I know which one.
The horn.
Monster Hunter music?
The 52 bomber music, yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can we get to the part where you tell us what's happening?
No worries. I don't mean to keep you in suspense. She's just trying to be cheeky. I would like each of you to roll me a d12.
A D12. Okay, good.
That's like a 12-sided die.
I know, right?
1, 2, 8, 100, 10, 12.
9.
Wow. I'm really getting a lot of 4s today.
Oh dear.
I am definitely fine.
All right. So you head into
What
the
could
forest.
possibly go wrong?
Of course. Yeah, this is great music. One second here. That should take me right there, right? Should take me right there. Good, good. It's the right one. I was doing a music change thing because this needs just a little change.
Of course,
A
it's
little baby
freaking dark
shit.
fantasy.
Duck fantasy.
You head into the forest, and as you are walking through, you note that this place, unlike the place you had just left, has a bit of an overcast to it. Not fully covering the sky with rain clouds or anything like that, just overcast. And as there is a faint chill to the air, there is a light mist that rolls across the grass as you move through it. Each of you stay close together, keeping an eye out, keeping watch. Serenity, I need you to make me a perception check.
Oh boy.
As you're moving through, you hear a sound. Raises your hackles, because it does not belong in a place like this. Not in a forest, not here. Sound of a young girl's laughter.
He very clearly stiffens up.
Artemis will lean over. You alright?
We're not alone.
Who's here?
I don't know. Can I pinpoint where that's coming from?
To your right.
To look to her right. Over there.
She's gonna look over. Do I see anything?
Mist. Trees. Fallen foliage. You see no one.
Serenity, this is the Feywild. It's going to play tricks on you. There's nothing there.
She nods her head. She'll keep walking.
Artemis will reach over and hold her hand and give it a squeeze and not let go.
She'll grip tight.
Aurelius.
Eh?
As you are all walking, moving your way through, you note that in one of the trees, as though resting themselves against it, appears to be someone in a suit of armor.
Do I recognize the armor?
Make a history check.
Wow. That's a 15.
The symbol that they are wearing, that they are carrying with them. You recall it from a book.
Oh, good lord.
One of the battalions sent into the Feywild that never returned.
Aurelius doesn't draw his spear, but he's very ready to if needed.
Okay.
He also doesn't bring it up to anyone else.
Okay. You keep walking?
Yes.
Alright. Artemis.
Hmm?
You begin to hear a sound. Familiar to you.
What's the sound?
Almost like a ticking. Like the small, intricate motions of a clock.
Artemis will kind of pat her chest for a second, shake her head, and continue moving.
Right. Elizabeth.
Yes.
You hear a faint humming.
While walking, she kind of starts looking around. Can she tell which direction the humming's coming from?
Off to the right, you don't see anyone,
Okay.
but the
Is
tune
it
is
a-
familiar.
Is the voice humming it familiar?
Yes.
I take it it's one she hasn't heard in a long time.
A long, long time.
Her brow will furrow a bit as she looks off to the right, but keeps walking.
All right. Everyone, roll me a d10.
Bark.
Sark.
Alright.
Dark.
Sorry, what's happening?
Roll a
a d-
d10.
Hmm. I was zoned out.
Don't zone out. Not right now. Not in the Feywild.
That's dangerous.
That's 7, man.
All right. Artemis. Someone singing a song like a lullaby. It's a familiar
Is the voice
voice.
familiar?
Yes.
Oh,
One you haven't heard out loud, not vocally, in a while.
Artemis will look around for it. Where did she hear it coming from?
Make a perception check.
'18.
It's coming from your clock.
She's gonna reach and grip it through her scarf. Take a deep breath. She looks a little shaken. But she
Serenity will grip her
keeps
hand a little bit
walking.
tighter. I'm assuming you hear something as well?
Roll a d6, Artemis.
Oh.
2.
As you hold on to it, a second voice joins in with the first. Masculine this time. But another familiar voice.
How is it a good familiar?
Both are good familiar.
Her brow's gonna twitch. She's gonna look down at herself, staring at where her clock should be. There's a bit of a stutter in how she's walking. But it actually makes her start walking faster.
Aurelius,
Yes.
make a perception check.
Yeah. Okay, that's 16.
As you're walking down a very clear path, it's clearly a very worn and true game trail, perhaps not a true road as you've walked. You note that as you are moving past different points, from behind trees, stepping out, you hear the faint clank of armor as people on either side of the path, nowhere near where you could call out to them comfortably, but close enough to be looking down and watching as a number of suited individuals step out and watch your group's procession.
Do they appear hostile?
You can't tell. You can see no faces. None have weapons so far as you can tell, but that's not an indication of hostility.
From this distance, can I recognize any of the armor? Or is it just mostly silhouettes?
Roll a history check.
Bruh.
Among
That's
them are various different ones that you have no idea where they're from. And then one steps out, a little ways ahead, a little closer. It's your banner. And it's familiar armor. Someone you haven't seen since 3 years ago, at the very latest.
What? Do, did, was it one of the... without giving anything away...
One who walked with you, but didn't walk out.
One of the ones that went, or one of the ones who stayed?
Went.
As
you
in,
can
like...
tell as you get closer, because of the fact that as you're getting closer, you're noting more and more little nicks and bits of damage on the armor.
Did we notice him walking away?
It's still down the path. It's still ahead of you in the path.
Okay.
Can I identify whose armor it is?
Let me pull up your names for them.
Yeah, sorry, there's quite a few.
You have quite a... You all have quite a few for me to work with.
Yeah.
That's the fun of it, though.
Why is that the only one that's pinned?
Because depending on who it is will depend on how he reacts.
Of course. You didn't... Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
The insignia on the pauldron is the rank of captain. Captain of the Vigilance.
Aurelius steps back and he pulls his shield.
You okay, Aurelius?
Aurelius doesn't notice you.
Fair.
He draws his sword.
Serenity will move up to him.
His breathing hastens.
Easy. It's just us. She will keep moving forward very gently. Put her hand on over his. Just playing tricks. Okay.
It's impossible.
Which is exactly why you should be ignoring it.
No, not impossible. Improbable.
Easy.
Aurelius, it's just us. You're safe.
Awesome. Note: none of you see the knights.
I have a feeling that's why we keep saying it's just us.
Yeah, it's just you.
Everywhere.
It's showing you what you want to see. He wants to keep you.
I don't want to see this.
Just follow us, and we need to leave.
Are you all okay?
We're seeing things that we should not be seeing.
We're hallucinating.
Hearing things we shouldn't hear.
Why? There's nothing here that causes that I know of.
But you're from here, we're not.
She looks at you. It has this look of just kind of trying to process what you said, and then looking back around very slowly and very cautiously. You get the feeling that what you said disturbed her.
Me
I'm
saying
trying-
that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and gently lead Aurelius forward so we keep walking.
If it helps you feel safe, you don't have to put the shield or anything away. Just know that we're here, okay, Aurelius?
Aurelius is like it almost seems like he's in a defensive duelist kind of mentality, where if this person follows them, he will act, but he can't bring himself to take his eyes off them, whatever it is he's looking at.
Alright. I need you to focus on me. I'm gonna try and turn his head so that he looks at her.
Aurelius, in a sort of fight or flight response, kind of knocks her back.
You can't focus on that or you're going to be even worse off.
Serenity.
Yes.
You hear a voice after he shoves you. It does not bring back pleasant memories.
Shakes her head. You're not real.
It's of
You okay,
drills and of
Seren?
warrior pros, as it were. Instructions.
Closes her eyes and takes a very deep breath. We need to leave.
We'll keep walking. We'll keep walking.
Aurelius is very carefully pacing with the group. He cannot take his eyes off her.
He's looking around to see if she can tell where that voice is coming from.
It seems to be all around you. As though they're like pacing back and forth behind you, walking up next to you, walking right beside you, walking around you. You can't pinpoint it. And every now and then you hear the slamming of a door with a heavy metal lock.
He's got a grip on the scimitar hilt.
Are you okay, Serenity?
I don't think any of us in here are okay.
Fair. We should Should we go quicker? I think we should go quicker.
She nods her head.
I'm trying to get this there as quickly as I don't understand what's going on. I don't. Cotton looks anxious and nervous.
It's whatever's going on, Cotton. Know that I'm not blaming. This isn't your fault. You didn't know because this doesn't happen to you.
Elizabeth,
Uh-huh.
you hear a chuckle.
Mid-sentence, she stops. That could be a couple of different people.
Oh yeah.
She looks around.
You don't see anyone. And then you hear a familiar voice. All too familiar to you. Of a memory. A man with a silver tongue.
If Elizabeth could go paler, she does. And she for the first time ever, she looks scared.
And the voice says, even if it's not your fault, we could always find a way to make it your fault, couldn't we? You can take the hit. You're tough. Strong. Ain't you? All of you hear that voice, by the way.
Oh no, she's looking up.
Elizabeth,
Where do we hear it coming from?
Everywhere.
You'll watch as Elizabeth cowers a little bit and her head drops to look at the ground.
Artemis is pulling out her axe.
Aurelius is already, like, what he's gone. He's fallen back into watcher mentality.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was, Comp.
I wanted to make sure it was clear.
I gave him the nickname for a reason.
I'm aware, I just had to be sure.
But yeah, Elizabeth kind of has forgotten with just hearing that voice that anyone else is there, and she's just shaking her head going, no, I can't, I can't take the, I can't.
Serenity will gently put her hand on Elizabeth's shoulder.
Elizabeth jumped the moment you touch her.
It's just me. It's not real.
You heard it though, right? You heard it though, right?
I heard it. It's not who you think it is.
Aurelius is stepping back, so he's close enough to the party that if anything happens, he can defend.
Everyone roll a d6.
D-sexy.
The word?
Look, man. Like, normally I'm a rogue main.
They do like their sixes. Oh.
They do.
Oh, boy!
Oh, no.
Boy.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. The voice seems to kind of slink back in. You can. I know you can. After all you've done, I can only... And then all of a sudden another voice cuts in. Serenity, you recognize this voice. And if she shall be locked away and thrown to the side, forgotten, there. Waste of time. Waste of effort. Something there. Work with it.
Do we all hear that
You
too?
all hear that.
Elizabeth will frown as she finally looks up from her spot on the ground. Just her head still, it's in that constant shaking of a no as her eyes dart around, expecting to see things now that she doesn't want to see.
Artemis is gonna squeeze Serenity's hand tight and then look over at Cotton. Do you hear that?
Cotton has the physique of a wilting flower and wide, terrified eyes.
What is that, Cotton?
I don't know. This is new. This is new.
It's not real. There's no viable way.
You can get closer to us, Cotton. We'll keep you safe, okay?
Like, half stumbles next to you all.
Aurelius is going to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Okay.
Not me checking if I need to mark that.
It is a first level spell.
Where is it?
I will get to that in a second.
No, it's Divine Sense, sorry.
Or divine sense. That's very different.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, brain shut down.
You're fine.
Forgot what it was called.
You can send a pulse of that divine sense. And there is something about this that you do pick up on.
Something about
The area you are in. You're walking through an area that is under the effects of Hallow. But you don't know...
Of what, sorry?
Hallow.
Not me looking up the... Hello.
Wait, hollow ground?
Hallow.
Okay, thank God.
Spell it.
Consecrated earth.
Okay, so...
Oh!
While you're reading that, Artemis,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Hardy, where are you? I can't see you. Are you there? It is coming from the clock.
Just gonna grip it. Darren? The name as a question is very, very quiet.
They repeat the call as though they didn't hear you. Where are we? I can't see you. It's distant, kind of echoey. Like they're calling to you from down a hallway.
She's actually gonna start looking a little teary-eyed at that point. And just close her eyes for a moment. shake her head and try to continue walking.
Wait. The Dryad is the Dryad classed as a Fae?
Yes.
Then it shouldn't have been able to enter.
It says you can exclude.
You can exclude,
Oh.
but this has
Oh,
very
sorry.
little to do with the Fae.
Sorry.
If anything, the fact that the Fae is walking through here would imply that the Fae is excluded from this.
Okay. Sorry, my brain is
You're
like
fine. There's bits
Okay.
to it that I'm stretching for narrative. I will say that
Yeah.
much as well.
Okay.
Don, sir, he's looking up and around. Oh, I'm gonna ask Invictus if he has any fucking idea what this might be with his infinite years.
Aurelius chimes. He finally understanding what is happening. He just opens his eyes wider than they normally are, and he goes, "Hollowing. This area is affected by hollow."
I don't know what that is.
Which means what?
Means this place needs to be cleaned up.
Invictus?
No, that's a different voice.
She's looking up and around. The fuck?
You look around and you make a perception check, actually.
They all hear it, right?
You all hear it, yes.
Then can we all roll perception?
Yes, you may.
Okay, good.
Wow.
That's a nat one.
You tried.
You're still trying to listen as closely as you can to your
That's okay. I didn't do much better.
I swear to God.
So the only person who sees this entity is Serenity. I didn't set the DC high, and yet Serenity was the only one who made it.
I mean, she is so far the calmest one out of everything, so like...
Kind of, yeah. You hear a choking sound in your head, by the way, like someone choked on spit.
Oh, Vince, what the
you see a horned figure, piercings across different parts of their body. You're uncertain if they're wearing clothes or not. It looks almost like a robe, but it's like skin tight to the point of almost being molded as part of their flesh.
She holds her scimitar out towards them. Who are you?
They look up and they hold up a staff that has moving tendrils of some material, something that shift and move in the wind. In his other hand, he is holding what appears to be a rune-covered, faintly glowing bucket. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just here taking care of a few things before I get out of here.
Wait, what?
You brought him in.
He's in the backstory.
You brought the janitor!
I'm so confused by what's happening.
He brought in Davy!
Oh my
Jesus Christ! Oh God, no!
Don't get me wrong.
I
This is a
sound
very
like an
serious moment.
explosion of noise.
Yeah, I know.
This
I
is a
just
very
love it
serious
so much.
moment, but there does need to be a little bit of brevity, a little laughter as you see this again. You hear that choking as they reach up and they grab their hair, part of their head, and they tilt like their whole head just bobbing up and down. It's just like, you have a good day. Clearly, I am causing a bit more trouble than needs to be. Before I go, tell Invictus he's a cunt, and toodles, and walks behind the tree and
Wait!
disappears.
What in the world just happened?
She runs to the tree to try and see
You all
him.
hear that, by the way. You run
I
towards the
love
tree.
Aurel,
Serenity.
you see Aurelius stand there for a second, and then he gets this massive smile across his face.
As Serenity...
Davey!
Yeah, you yell
How
that.
you doing?
As you yell that, hold on. Paris, you run towards the tree.
He shouted, "Wait!" and went after him. Yeah.
You ran, you look behind the tree, no one is there. And when you yell, "How are you doing?" from the other side of the path, you hear, "Ah, Aurelius, you're looking really like shit. But then again, you always looked like shit."
Looks Jesus Christ. She looked up.
It's been so long, man.
he-
How have you been?
You look up and you see he is in the tree, hanging upside down from one of the branches with the bucket on the just open air, sticking the tendrils into it and just like mopping the tree.
How do you know the thing in my head?
Oh, I know a lot of people. He's just one of the ones who tends to be more personal. In your head, you hear Invictus go, "I stabbed him through the heart and he kicked my chest in."
Is that how you got captured?
I plead the fifth. I don't know what it means, but I'm told that it means that I can say whatever I want.
No, that was aimed at a.
No, I'm aware. Davey
Oh,
answered. Davey answered.
You can hear him.
I can hear you. You're talking.
I spoke to him in my head.
No, you didn't. I heard you clear as day.
No,
We
she did
didn't.
speak to him in his head.
Yeah, we didn't hear her.
That's because you're not listening. Like how you were told by that young one right there not to step off the path. And you just see like Cotton stare up at him and then go, again, just kind of wide-eyed look down and just be like, "I forgot to mention that. Oops."
Oh.
Serenity, we should get back on the path.
You see moving around the area a number of shadowed forms. Appear to be large, rapidly shifting figures flickering back and forth of tendrilled cats moving towards Serenity. And there's a lot of them, like a good dozen. As they're getting closer, though, you hear a bang, bang, bang of the mop being slapped against the bucket. "Hey, you big dang kids, get off my lawn!" As the displacer beasts scatter.
I was taking a drink of my soda when you did that. Not fair.
Welcome to my hell. Serenity moves back off to the path.
There you go. Hold on a second. You see him fall. He falls past some of the branches, and you hear that the clatter smacking of someone against stuff, and then you hear, "Now this is a good time as any," as he's back over on the other side where you were standing, mopping where you had stood. "To tell you to keep your noses forward, and understand that everything here is not meant to hurt you. Not everything in your past is for you to be hurt by. It's to remember and be better from. However, if you find someone trying to shove something up your butt, that is not for your betterment unless you take pleasure in it."
No shit.
Elizabeth just face palms.
Artemis just puts a finger up. I think I have more questions than answers.
I unfortunately have more answers than questions. Goodbye! He walks behind the tree again and disappears.
Oh my god, Davy.
So that was Davey.
You know him?
Yeah, he
He seems nice, if weird.
it's a long story.
Yes, and I want out of here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just keep
we
walking.
should
We'll
go.
talk about it later.
Yeah.
So, Cotton, stay on the path?
Yes, please. And it's kind of pushing you at this point. She doesn't need much to get you guys moving because you are all now very much wanting to go.
Mm-hmm.
That and also Aurelius knowing the distance of this, or the rough dome
Idea.
of the spell. Yeah.
You have an idea about how far it is to realize how long you will be affected by it.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's like, he's like, stay on the path and just keep going forward. Do not diverge. Do not pull at me. Do not. Sorry, I can't get over the fact that Davey. You can tell Aurelius is so fucking happy.
Yeah,
Like,
Artemis, on the other hand, looks very foggy-eyed and is just clutching something underneath her scarf.
Elizabeth
Very tightly.
looks sick. Like green to her face.
Serenity is just a blank slate. She's confused as fuck.
Rama.
She will kind of like put her arm on Artemis's shoulder. Not like leaning against her, but like pulling her a little bit closer.
Artemis is going to shift away.
She'll keep walking.
Just wordlessly, but she's going to keep holding her hand very tightly.
There is a moment after Davy left where some more of the voices perked up for a few seconds before all of them went silent.
Hoped I'd never have to hear that voice again, yet here we are.
You and me both.
What'd I do to hear that voice again?
Glad you got to have the happy memory.
Oh no, it's not happy. But I'd give anything for it back.
That happens again, you can have all my luck or whatever the hell is going on, and you can hear the voice all you want. I don't ever want to hear that again.
Let's just go.
You keep going, yes, please. Let's go.
As you all move to a certain point, you feel like a thin film being pulled across you. I would like you all to make wisdom saving throws.
Yo. Can I get some wisdom in this
Oh,
chat?
I don't have a 0 on that. Yay.
Whoa, dirty
And
20.
I still did so bad.
Dirty 20.
All right.
Yo, dirty 20 club, let's go.
I said Elizabeth and Serenity, the ones who are so close to crying, are about to.
The-
Oh no, Artemis is the one who's gonna
Yeah,
cry.
Artemis is the one who's going to cry. Serenity and Elizabeth, as you're feeling that film pull over you, the weight of the voices, the memories that come with them seem to suddenly slog against you and pull energy with it. You both have a point of exhaustion,
Crap. Okay.
as the emotions just have been stirred in a ways that just have drained some of the energy from you.
Well, at least D&D Beyond will let me track my exhaustion. Yay.
Huzzah! I love you guys.
I'm sure you do.
Hey, I gave you Davy to help with this.
We love Davy.
Yeah, that was the first add a character. That was the first time I've ever heard the voice he was going to use for that guy.
Was it worth it?
Davy Pog.
Oh, I messaged you what I thought.
Oh, hold on. Oh.
I just didn't know how to word it,
That's fair. Yeah.
and I don't know how to put it on the backstory so you could remember. But I have a feeling you won't forget that. So
I'll do my best. Yes.
That evil little giggle.
you have no idea what I messaged him about the moment he started using that voice. I messaged him.
I'm only here to help bring out the absolute most
He's bringing-
from your characters.
There's
He's
only
bringing out the demons.
Well, here's the thing. Now there's only one person from my backstory that, well, part of my backstory that I don't know the voice for, and I don't know if I like that or not.
Don't worry about it. We'll get there when we get there.
This feels like we're on a road trip.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Okay.
Please let this be a normal field trip with the guru.
What was the
No
last
way.
thing y'all heard from me?
We hear you now.
What was the last thing y'all heard
that
from me?
You had wanted to put your hand on Artemis, and she pulled away.
Okay, so Serenity has collapsed and there's dry heaving from where she is.
Elizabeth
Also,
is-
Davy does not help when I don't know who Davy is.
Okay, so
I'm not part of the TikTok crowd.
No.
Remember?
It's not a TikTok thing. It's the thing that happened while we were discussing Aurelius's backstory in voice chat. And so, effectively, to explain real quick, just out of character, so that you yourself will know, I'll explain after session.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
don't
if-
worry. You will be brought into the know. I will
So
say
if-
this: he's as harmful as you are if you're not fighting him.
Fair enough.
He's terrifying, but he's funny.
Yes.
Correct.
But yeah, Elizabeth would be standing next to Serenity, not moving, and looking like she's about ready to start throwing up herself.
Artemis is going to crouch down beside Serenity.
There is very quiet sobbing.
Gently put her hands to her face. Serenity,
She looks up.
I'm right here. It's going to be okay.
She'll put her forehead against Artemis's.
I got you.
At this point, Elizabeth, you know that's kind of the terrified thing where you're holding the back of your head trying to like hide yourself in your arms.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Elizabeth is doing, just standing there by herself.
Aurelius.
Mm-hmm.
Cotton kind of scooches up next to you, very timid and very uncertain as she kind of glances up to you, and then not a mutter, very clearly for you, just says, "I forgot. It's almost winter, and I try and stay indoors or away. Magics of the Winter Court are showing their influence. The cold is... It can be warm, but it does not have to be kind. And I'm very sorry that I did not think of that before bringing you on this path. That's my fault. I didn't mean. I'm trying to help people, and
It's okay.
I'm just
It's
hurting.
okay. Aurelius kind of lightly hugs her. It's okay.
We need to save those ripe took, but I'm just making more trouble for you all.
No, it's okay. You're doing what you can. You're doing what you can to the best of your ability. And we make mistakes. I make mistakes.
I
But-
know that, but I got you hurt. Got you all hurt.
If we weren't expecting to get hurt, we wouldn't have come. Wait, hold on, let me try again. he says that. He says, wait, that doesn't make sense, hold on. He says, he like takes a moment and he's like, you can tell he's like calculating the words he's going to say.
Very,
And then,
very quietly from Serenity, she says, "We expected to be injured, just not like this."
At this point, Elizabeth has fallen to her knees and is sobbing.
We've endured worse. We will make it through. This is not your fault. This is the circumstance we find ourselves in. We cannot control that. All we can control is what we do now. We can't go back, we can't change the past, we can only act now. And we have to. We have to keep moving forward. Otherwise, the consequences may be dire.
Bernice pulled Elizabeth into a hug.
She just sobs into your shoulder.
This is not your fault. This is none of our fault. But we must act. The longer we linger, the worse it'll become. Aurelius turns to the party and extends his hand to help whoever reaches it up. We have to keep going.
Serenity will take his hand and help Elizabeth up on her way back up.
Elizabeth doesn't fight it. It's almost like that marionette puppet thing, just kind of not even fully in control of her movement. She's in autopilot right now.
Serenity will lift Elizabeth's head so she's looking up at her. It's not real, and they're not here, and they won't be able to come after you. We are not safe, but we are together. He's right.
We should just... Let's just go. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's just go.
She nods her head.
Aurelius turns to the dryad. Lead the way, little one.
Okay. And they will lead you on. Their metal is remarkably calm after your speech.
Okay.
As you continue onward, you'll note that there's a large mound that you are approaching, like a burrow dug into the side of a hill. There is something slightly odd. Around the different trees, there are a number of animal skulls hanging off of different branches. Horned beasts like deer and elk. And when you get closer to the mound, you see there is a large door. Artemis, roll me an Arcana check as you see two
23.
lights on either side of the door. With a 23, you feel a twist in your stomach. The lights are innocuous to anyone else. These are a Denziel design.
She pulls the scarf down a little bit, like she's having a little bit of trouble breathing. Is this mound on the path?
It is the end of the path.
She kind of shakily walks toward it and just reaches out with her hand.
Okay, you reach out.
Gently touching the lights. Just staring at them.
They're dancing light emitters to act as lanterns, but without the top piece. They can be made as almost like our world's porch lights.
And they're near a door.
They're on either side of the door.
She's gonna look back at the party, then back at the door. She's gonna knock.
You knock, and there's no answer. Cotton steps forward, puts her hand on the door, slowly pushes it open. Distantly, you can hear the sound of music echoing through this underground lair. The first room you step into is like a sitting room, and once more, on the center table is another one of these runed emitters. For everyone else, you can get a bit more that you can see of it now. It looks like, you know how a candle stand looks?
Mm-hmm.
Like a candelabra?
Not a candelabra, like the ones you'd hold in like one finger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like that. Next to it is like an upside down cup with majority of it being glass. So you could take that and put it over top of this light, and it would turn it into a lantern. Meaning that this is, again, another emitter.
Where are we, Cotton?
We're in his home. Meaning that he's likely the one playing right now.
Stay vigilant.
I'm doing my best.
Doing great.
She moves forward, follows the sound of the music.
Artemis follows after her.
Aurelius very cautiously follows suit.
Are you trying to be stealthy at all? I mean,
He's not trying. There's no point in him trying to hide his presence. Clink, clank, clink, clank.
you can try, but you know, it is worth asking.
Yeah.
Serenity probably is.
I know Elizabeth would be trying.
Those who are trying, roll a stealth check.
Oh, yay. And disadvantage. Yay.
12.
See how I do on disadvantage.
Oh!
Oh, no. I hate disadvantage.
Don't worry, disadvantage hates you too.
Wait, Kendall, you're not exhausted? Why are you rolling?
So you roll an Arcana check and then a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are two
Elizabeth
different
bumps
checks.
into something.
Me.
More likely she bumps into Artemis, because you actually rolled decently, Serenity.
No question for once game's over. Remind me to ask it, Dawn.
I will try.
If he doesn't, I'll try to help too.
Thank you.
If she doesn't, I will also say question.jpg.
We'll all help you remember.
Wonderful.
Roll to remember.
Nah, that's an ability check. I'm gonna get bad.
Yep. As you go deeper in, and the music gets louder, you can note that it sounds like more than one person is playing, which is interesting. Because when you saw Rune, he was one satyr.
You mean ripe?
Right, sorry. Not Rune. Rune is a good boy, girl, them, whatever.
Rune is a good bard.
Rune is a good bard.
Rune is a good.
I did that to myself this time.
Yes, you did.
Bad me. Bad.
Karmic justice.
What do you mean karmic justice? You all did it to me first. Anyways, Ripe was on their own. As you're moving through, you see a number of instruments kind of hanging in certain areas, playing on their own, filling the halls with music. Until you get to a point that leads into a deeper tunnel. Kind of musty, kind of damp. There is no light going down here, by the way.
Dark vision.
Mm-hmm. It's predominantly said for those who do not have it or wish to light up a torch or the like.
Elizabeth is just kind of sticking as close to Serenity as she can at the moment.
Okay.
What? Sorry. So, what?
Dark tunnel.
Dark tunnel. Is there a light at the end of it?
Not at the moment.
Baller. Okay.
Okay, where is Aurelius in this? Because if he's nearby,
you
Artemis
can-
will reach out and hold his arm.
You can grab his arm to lead him along.
Yeah, she's gonna
Preferably the shield arm, because that's not holding onto anything.
Fair.
she's gonna grab onto his free arm with her one hand.
So, paired up with the dark vision buddy, you make your way further in. Artemis, make me a dex save. Aurelius, make me a strength save.
16.
Oh,
Ooh.
Artemis,
that's a 9.
Yep. Artemis trips and kind of pulls you down slightly. you kind of bang against the wall, and it's just like Cotton jumps like 3 feet in the air in surprise as you give your apologies. Cotton's just like trying to get her heart out of her throat. Artemis, you kind of like look down, and you faintly note a root seemed almost lower into the ground slightly.
The house is alive.
What?
The house is alive.
With the sounds of music or literal alive?
Oh, considering what I just felt, it's literally alive.
Poor Aurelius. I realized that actually had to hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
Artemis is gonna look at Serenity very seriously and gesture down to her feet where the root just lowered back into the ground. I tripped. And what I tripped on is gone now.
Can't we just ban it all?
No.
There are still young women who are down here.
I know, it's a rhetorical question. I'm not just gonna burn down the house with people in it.
Thank you. Also, there's a lot of trees. That there's an actual forest connected to. You're being I'm still turns around and keeps walking.
You'll find out.
You can sense that she's getting more nervous the closer you're getting. And as you're getting deeper in, the sound of movement, rustling, like a wind across leaves. But there's no wind. As far as you've seen, there are no leaves. Until it begins to open out. And there is a light at the end of this tunnel. Very colorful lights. As you all step out, I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, goody.
Wisdom save, Pog.
7.
That's not with the
It's not with
Exhaustion.
disadvantage.
Okay, just had to make sure.
Yeah, that's a saving throw, not a skill check.
Thank God.
24. Aurelius has a will of steel.
Unfortunately, Trinity does not.
Elizabeth is surprised with herself.
How bad is it?
Both your dark vision users are currently lost in the lights.
Oh no.
As is your guide.
So it's the 2 humans?
The 2 humans feel their companions come to a stop as you can see the lights, but you also can't. It's color that's weaving, flashing for a moment, then shifting to a new one. And they are not moving. As you hear the music of a flute kind of continue on for a moment. And you hear a faint chuckle. Well, well, well. And welcome. I could use some new audience members. And I'll say that will be where we will end the session.
Of course.
It is getting late.
Aurelius picks up the party and fucking run. No.
No.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it a charm effect?
It is a charm effect.
Kendall, you have advantage.
Oh, I do?
You're half elf.
Half elf, yep.
Mm-hmm.
My apologies. You are correct.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I may not have shit, but I'm gonna help somebody else here.
Okay, wisdom.
We'll see if
17.
you are not charmed.
It's just serenity.
Also,
Thank God.
Serenity is charmed and incapacitated with the speed of 0.
Oh no.
Oh,
Time
great.
to pick her up.
We'll get there next time. Don't worry. So I hope you all like that I decided to bring up all of your characters' trauma at the same time.
Of all the people I was expecting you to pull for me, seriously, you went for the big guns.
Let me put it this way. This effect chose what would dig into your heart quickest.
Oh boy, did it work.
So, okay. So
I have to say, I only recognized one of the people that you put in there.
Yeah, it should have been the
Same.
top one. The other voices were other people, but
No, I mean, you said there were 2 voices that were
Yeah.
speaking to Artemis.
yes.
I only recognized one of them.
Yes. I did not give you exact details of the other one because it was affected. It was the one underneath the first one.
Okay.
No, wait, no. Yes, that one. Yeah. Making sure. I mostly didn't voice them just because I don't have their voice yet. I'm trying to make sure I get it right, because some of the voices just need a little TLC, little trying, trying to be.
Alright, 'cause she did ask for Darren, and if that was him, it's going to break her heart.
It was.
Oh,
That
dear.
is the one I wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta.
Yeah.
Look, all the trauma's fun and all, but for the first appearance of fucking Davy, that's great.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't worry, Paris, we will explain Davy after we end recording. Because for everyone else, that'll be something to reveal later. And speaking of, we record and stream these on twitch.tv/WhatTeamComp. Monday evenings, Eastern Standard Time around 8 p.m., where we just have fun chatting and whatnot. Sometimes we will actually be able to respond to people. Like we had Kiris in the chat today, so we were able to actually respond to her a little bit. And honestly, we're just happy to have people just show up and enjoy listening to this shenaniganry, because it is full of shenaniganry, and I adore these these fools for all that they do. But sometimes I gotta give them a little poke, just a little one.
That's rude. Get your spear out of my house.
It's my spear. I'll have it in any house I wish. But with that being said, we do post these on YouTube as well. I post them to my channel of the Uncommon Guru, or just Uncommon Guru rather, under Cormundum Chaos. And I hope that you all have enjoyed yourselves, and that you will continue to enjoy this with us. And until next time, we have been WhatTeamComp. Hope to see you next week. Bye-bye!
Don't let the Fae take you.